tradition with a twist. That's the mark of a maker.
And welcome back. We've had some good weather the past week, so that straight away leaves our taste buds craving a lighter meal than we might usually go for.
Yeah, I agree with that. So Simon is sharing his recipe for a chicken Caesar salad.
Yeah, nice light summery dish.
Yeah.
Though it'll feed 4 people, you know, you can adjust the ingredients, put more chicken in if you like. But nice simple recipe. We're going to make our own croutons, our own dressing, but we're going to start with the chicken. So in a pan, nice hot pan. Just a little bit of olive oil in there. And what I've done is, like the rest of us, we've all got great butchers, local butchers. Thanks to Porrig and the gang out in Howleys and Lusk, my local butchers, who give me chicken breasts on the bone.
Okay.
And that's key to that. You always hear me talking, Laura, about cooking, when I'm cooking meat, try and cook it on the bone. So you can see these are on the bone.
Why is that preferable for you?
Just more flavour, Laura. So what we're going to do is we're going to pan fry these just for a couple of minutes. And the only reason we're doing this really is to get a bit of colour on the chicken. So in real time, we'd give that about 2-3 minutes.
Season it as well?
A little bit of seasoning, yeah, a little bit of salt and pepper.
And if you wanted to use chicken breast, is that okay? Or?
You could, absolutely, yeah. As I say, this, for me, it's better, just a better flavour when you have it cooked on the bone.
And also the method of how you're going to cook it as opposed to just frying a chicken fillet.
Exactly. So, again, in real time, we take our time here. We get a bit of colour on those chicken breasts. We give them about 2 or 3 minutes either side just to get a bit of colour. And we're trying to crisp up that skin as well, all right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to preheat our oven to about 200 degrees.
Okay.
So we've had 4 or 5 minutes, we'll say, on our chicken. We're going to transfer them into a little roasting pan. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit that then, as Charla would say, we're going to hit that, chef, with a little bit of chicken stock. Now, when you put the chicken stock in, it's only about 150 mils. Pour it around the chicken. Don't pour it across the chicken.
Don't pour it over.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because if you pour it over it, you're not going to have crispy skin.
Ah, clever.
So
okay,
this
so that makes it soggy.
And what we're going to do is we're going to pop that in the oven at 200 degrees for about 30 minutes until the chicken is cooked through.
And obviously, if you've got a smaller number of chicken breasts, as in they're smaller in volume, it would be 20 minutes.
Exactly, yeah. And I was showing Aidan a little trick just to check to see how your chicken is cooked. I've taken the tin foil off this just to show you.
That's the one thing you don't want to do, poison anyone, including
great
yourself.
Great little
good
trick
place to start.
To see how your chicken is cooked is if you just get a fork and stick it into the thickest part of the chicken breast, like so. Take it back out and just press and squeeze. And you'll see the juices are running clear. That's telling me the chicken is cooked. So the chicken is done. Let that sit there and rest. Okay? Onto the croutons, which we've had a little nibble of. Any kind of bread, you take a choice, whatever your preference is. Stale bread is the best man.
I was going to say, yeah, because it's harder, isn't it?
Fantastic way of using up leftover bread and bread rolls with the kids. All you're going to do is cut them up into little slices like this. You're going to hit that with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and remember our oven is still on at 200 degrees.
So high heat.
High heat, and we're going to hit that then with a little olive oil.
You gave us a taster of the croutons before we went on air, and I will never buy a little box of croutons again. They were delicious.
And you know what? You can make a batch of these, Laura.
Yeah.
And if you don't use them all in the salad, put them in a little plastic tin and...
for soup or something?
Yeah. Ooh. If you're making a soup during the week, just throw them across the top of the soup. So they're going to have about 10 minutes. Keep an eye on them. You don't want them to go too far. I cooked a batch yesterday. Lisa came in and went, yep, they're burnt. So they went straight in the bin and started again. So just keep an eye, because 200 degrees is a high heat. Now, onto the dressing. Now, I've never used this before, so this could go horribly wrong.
OK, anyway, press record, folks.
Put the lid on.
Here we go then. Right. So we start off in our blender with 350 grams of mayonnaise.
Many people would say the secret of a good Caesar salad is the dressing.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And there's a couple of little ingredients in here, Laura, that will give you that taste, that recognisable Caesar salad taste. We're going to add in a couple of teaspoons, 3 tablespoons actually, of Dijon Mustard, which is a French mustard, and it's a smooth mustard. Now, that's important because you can put a whole grain mustard in there, but it'll affect the texture of the sauce. You want this to be creamy and smooth, okay? We're going to hit that then with 1 garlic clove, which I've grated, a couple of tablespoons of white wine vinegar, and then we're going to add in 150 grams, seems like an awful lot, but it's not, of grated Parmesan.
And it does have to be Parmesan, it does?
Yeah, it kind of does. If you're going to go down the classic Caesar dressing route, we're looking for, the recipe will call for Parmesan. And then the little kicker of an ingredient, anchovy fillets.
Oh,
now, these are hard to find,
yes.
but when you've got a really nice colleague and friend like Laura Woods, who you ring at some point and go, Laura, you go near that really good deli that's near you today? Yes, why? I can't find anchovy fillets anywhere. She'll get them for you. So, what we're going to do is...
And he arrived in with flowers to say thank you today.
Well,
How sweet was that?
listen.
For a few anchovies.
Now, all we're
I think
doing
that
is
was
we're
a good
adding...
trade.
I got lucky,
All
yeah,
we're doing is
exactly.
we're adding 2 little anchovy fillets in here.
Ah, go on, put in another one.
And a little drizzle of the oil, because that's packed with flavour.
Now, they are
And salt.
strong.
They are strong, but they will disappear. You can actually put a couple of anchovy fillets if you were doing, like, remember the meatballs, the ragu? Throw a couple of anchovies into that sauce. You won't see them. They'll cook out, but you'll taste
get
it.
the flavour, yeah.
That umami, is that what they call it? Something like
Yeah, yeah.
that. A little drizzle of olive oil.
This looks delicious, Simon.
Yeah,
Definitely
this
gonna
should
try
be
this.
good. And what we're going to do is we're going to season, but we're not going to use any salt because
Yeah.
The anchovies have that,
the
don't
anchovies
they?
have it, and so does the Parmesan.
Oh,
so your
does it?
salt, so we're going to give that a nice crack of black pepper, and then we're all going to hold hands
And pray that this works.
So we have electricity.
We can't hold hands, so we will all just say a little prayer for Sam and Delaney.
So all we're going to do is we're going to mix that, and we're looking for a nice creamy, smooth texture.
So no lumps at all.
No lumps at all. And while it's mixing, if you think it looks a bit claggy, just hit it with a little bit more olive oil. Just a tiny bit of olive oil.
I think that's what people are sometimes a bit afraid, myself included, deviate from the recipe. You're saying it's all right.
Yeah.
If you see it's a bit lumpy still.
Absolutely. And do you know what the key as well, Laura, is stop and taste it. Adjust the seasoning. Now is the time to do it. Not after you've dressed the salad and you have it out on the table. Now is the time that you can affect the change.
And don't be afraid to. Is there any argument for making your own mayonnaise, or is there any need because the one you get in the shop is better than what you'll make?
Listen, if you have the time, the willpower and the patience to make your own mayonnaise, I doff my mythical cap to you.
Roger.
But when there are products available that are as good, go for it. Gotcha. Thankfully, the lid has come off.
I was wondering, are we going to be left?
I was panicking
with the
there
lid
for a
on?
minute. I was panicking
You'd
for a
never
minute.
tell, not even a bead of sweat.
So
well
this,
done.
so this is the sauce, and we're just going to transfer that then to a lovely little pouring jug. Now you can see there's still a little bit of a grain of that. That's the Parmesan.
And that's fine.
That's fine. If you want, you can keep going in the blender. Add another little drop of olive oil. So very quickly, to dress the salads, we have our salad leaves again. Fill your boots, whatever your heart desires.
Isn't Cos the traditional lettuce?
Cos is
with...
the traditional, yeah. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drizzle this around. At that point then, toss the leaves. What you want in a salad is you want every leaf in here to have a little touch of the dressing, okay?
So they're very well coated in a Caesar salad.
They're going to be well, exactly. Now, Aidan, your favourite again. We're going to dress in some more of our gorgeous Laura Woods bought anchovies.
You can just call them anchovies.
So no, I
It's
like to
fine.
call them that. Little drizzle of the anchovy oil again.
Lovely.
A little bit more dressing. We're going to hit that then with our gorgeous croutons, which are very tasty.
Everything
again,
you're using is very light, and yet you kind of feel full after a Caesar salad.
This will fill you up. Now, you can leave it at that, but we obviously want to have our chicken in here. So I'll just take a little piece of the chicken off again, just to show you. Now, you can actually take 2 forks and just pull that chicken apart. But you can see how moist that chicken is. I know we're out of time. I'll keep cooking. I'll keep carving. I'll keep slicing. We dress our salad, and like any good salad, we're going to finish it with a few little Parmesan shavings. And if you want, another little crack of black pepper. I'll keep putting the chicken on.
Oh, thank you.
And there you have it.
I'll just keep staring at it, sorry. That looks absolutely, it's a classic, isn't it? Well
It's an
done,
absolute
Simon.
classic.
Well
A
done.
pleasure, gang. A pleasure.
All right, full recipe details, as always, up on our website. That's virginmediatelevision.ie/Ireland AM.
Simon, thanks a million again.
A
It's
pleasure.
absolutely delicious. Up next, the king of the dance floor. We're catching up with Johnny Ward. See you in a few.
I thought you were a bit me.
Tradition with a twist. That's the mark of a maker.